Okay, so these are Italian sausages, spicy Italian sausages. This is from the butcher. Um, just to let you know, you can ask if you're getting from a butcher and it's not just like a brand that you bought it. The brands always look on the side. You always see that they incorporate often wheat inside. I don't know if it helps. Maybe it's a way of making it stick together better. I'm not sure. But a lot of sausages have wheat, so it's important to know and check into it. But sometimes if it's a butcher that's doing it, then maybe they don't put it. Or if you're close with your butcher, you can ask them to do sausage without putting wheat in it. Just keep an eye on that. Don't use Teflon pans either, guys. Like it's some kind, the Teflon and stuff like that. It's being heated. You're putting your food on it, and I haven't done deep research, but my instinct says that like a good old, cast iron pan, and I've been guilty enough too. You can shame me. I've done it. I've done it. And do not use seed oils. I mean, we just have to get these little bad boys heated enough. At the start, you just put a little bit of water because eventually there's going to be fat fizzling out of there. And you could think of the benefits. Like a lot of people, what we're doing is we're doing this for weight loss and stuff like that. So even when I'll do like a blade roast and I slow cook it and stuff like that, and then like when the fat goes to the top, it separates. Right, you got the water that you put up to half a water for the blade roast. Put it for like 4 hours, I guess, and then after you'll see that the fat rises from top. Now, if you were surviving, that fat is so precious. Inside that fat you have the all the fat soluble vitamins. Like don't forget if you're fat phobic, it means that you have a phobia of getting essential vitamins that are within the fat that you can't find anywhere else. So please never put any seed oil. Always cook with a saturated fat. Something like if you do, like for these guys, I know I'm adding just water. It's going to just leave. This will heat up. That way it won't start like burning. I don't mind doing little holes. And eventually I just slice them like this. So what I would eat, I'm probably gonna eat maybe three of those. Hey, you could eat all of those if you want. You could like throw like eggs in there and have sausage and eggs and stuff like that. And when you're eating this kind of food, okay, this is why you eat for the day. You don't eat all throughout the day. You eat for the day. So you eat one hefty meal with animal protein, animal fat, and if you want to go the ketogenic route, broccoli, any kind of vegetable. Just avoid starchy vegetables if you're in the weight loss phase. If that's the point you want to do. Listen, I'm not anti carbs. What I am is like don't come here and you're an athlete and take my nutritional advice. These are for people who have struggled with their weight. Some people are blessed and they can eat a low fat, high carb diet and thrive. Good for them. A lot of people, I think, cannot thrive on that, and it makes us sick, and I'm one of them. So if I was weight training, I would likely take a meal with carbohydrates after the training so that what would happen is I would spike the insulin. I'd also incorporate carbohydrates and protein in there and shuttle all of that glucose post training. It's going to go in the right place. It's going to fill back your muscles and all these glucose storage areas where it's stored as glycogen, water. So you get white weight, and it's not a bad thing to gain weight because it goes in your muscles. Your muscles look puffy. If your glycogen store is not completely full in your muscles, they'll look flatter and stuff like that. But I'm not concerned about peak optimal performance. I'm talking to patients, I'm talking to people that are struggling with their weight. They try to less calories and move more. They've They've done diets where they've lost a lot of weight in 1 year and it's rebound. I've been able, even when I'm talking now, oh, I'm fat, I gotta lose some weight. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm hovering around 194, not 195. I'm not 225, so I never returned in 4 years. And the reason that I go up, at one point, if you look at my community post, you'll see it going up. It goes like this, goes up and down, the trend of my weight. And you can tell when I was doing keto, intermittent fasting, doing videos, I was like strict, no cheating. And then you can tell where I was more low carb. When I say like I let myself go, compared to the majority of people, I'm still quite low carb. And even starting to incorporate 100, 150, some indulging here, stuff like that, but still overall eating, once a day kind of thing, animal food, but once in a while, yeah, indulging in life and like having some Haagen-Dazs. So just prior to going to, just a minute, I can actually switch. So just prior to going to, give me a second. I completely forgot. I'm like, why have I been talking the whole time and you guys have been checking out sausage? I'm really sorry about that. Um, just give me a second. That's what you get when it's almost midnight and you're doing a video. Um, what I'm gonna do also is if ever people are members, I have to find out, is there a way of me allowing people to join my Patreon free? Because I want to make it where if you support me on Patreon for $3.50 Canadian a month, um, then after, so so basically anybody who's a member, I'll make it the Patreon free. So because I like, if you're supporting and you're becoming a member on my channel, I'm not even sure how much that gives me for each member. But I would like you guys to have access to the Patreon as well. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way because I'm trying to do something extra for people that are members. Just don't forget that. Anybody who wants to join the journey and come on this journey with me, getting back to the weight I want, which I think will take only 2 months. I'm 197. I'm going to get 180 in 2 months. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. I have to do a bet. Maybe I have to do something when I fail. I guarantee you, I will be at 180 pounds in 2 months from now. I've done one video where I lost 15 pounds in 30 days. So technically I could do 30 pounds in 2 months. So, like there's no point in rushing, and stuff like that, but I kind of like to challenge myself. St. Bernard. So don't forget a ketogenic diet. There's an adaptive time. There's a period where you're going to need to adapt. Weight trainers, when they're in their bulking phase, right, they're incorporating, well, a lot of stuff, a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, right? Because they just keep on eating like monsters, right? But when they're in their cutting phase, when they get like dangerously lean, where you see every muscle fiber and stuff, it's like, what did they do? Very simple. They ate like lean chicken breast and broccoli. And they did that until like they had like 5% body fat. Big secret. What did they just do? They induced ketosis. So I might be wrong. Call me out if somebody's a sports nutritionist, but during their cutting phase, when they're trying to get like to 5% body fat, what are they doing? To me, they must be avoiding the carbohydrates and restricting it. I know that when I was weight training and stuff like that, before finding out what keto was, I was doing carb cycling. So normal carb, high carb, no carb day, and those no carb days, you're forgetful. You're kind of brain dead. So it takes time. But I do advise salt your food, as well as take a potassium supplement just for the first month. Maybe just like 240 I think it's 40 milligrams they come in, the potassium. Or you could buy no salt. No salt is potassium, so shake a little no salt and then shake a little normal salt. So you get sodium and potassium, and take magnesium supplements. Because sometimes these three electrolytes, you're going to be losing a lot of water weight, and that actually makes you diurese a lot of your electrolytes. And that if you're not salting your food, you might get dizzy when you go from sitting to standing for the first month. And if you salt your food, problem goes away. If it's too hard, the transition, then don't go to strict ketosis. Just start slowly lowering carbohydrates. But I know it's hard. It's kind of like telling somebody, oh, you want to quit smoking? Just start smoking one cigarette less a day. It doesn't work very well. So, anyways, I suggest you take those supplements. They're very helpful. It'll give you a smoother ride. I am always available for you guys. If you have individual issues that we need to troubleshoot, we can do that together. And if you need science, if you're like, can you show me some publications about this? Is this safe and stuff like that? I can. I have to look into don't go to extremes. If you are using the ketogenic diet to lose the weight, right? Okay, great. After you've achieved the weight that you want, like when I got to 170, look, what did I do? So, hey, now maybe try and add an extra 10 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, wait 2 weeks, see how your body handles it. Okay, you didn't look like you got fat or anything? Great, add another 10. So instead of telling everybody eat 2,000 calories and 60% of your calories should be carbohydrates and stuff like that. So okay, yeah. So are you individualizing? Do you know, like, is this person even like exercising? Does people just go from their bed to the chair and stuff like that? You're telling them they eat 60% and it's carbohydrates and that's only fuel. But we're made of protein and fat. So you don't think maybe it should be the majority of the food that we're eating should be protein and fat, since that's what we're composed of? Carbs don't create structure. It's just literally octane. But fuel, speaking of fuel, fat has a dual process, right? Fat is as well as being essential to the structures of our body, lining many things. Fat. You have a lipid barrier around every cell. They're kind of like the bodyguards at a bar. They decide if those nutrients or whatever is trying to get into that cell. They'll decide if that cell's going to let them into the party, into the cell or not. So yeah, and then eat only when you're hungry. And I rotate around ground beef, because it's expensive now stuff. So I rotate around cheese, eggs, ground beef. Sometimes you get that on special, and steaks, sure, but not very often, because, like you said, they're just jacking up the price so much of the food that is essential. The meat is the real food, guys, and it's cost a fortune. It's funny how they want us to shop in the middle of the grocery store. All those boxes with all subsidized, genetically modified plants in there. And it's just like, you see it, seed oil, there's the soybean, there's the wheat. And that, it's like, it's disgusting. So the real food is on the outside of the grocery store, and you can rotate, and like real food. Yeah, okay, go. You can grab the plants, the broccoli. I'm not saying that's not real food, but they're not saints, the plants. Plants still have molecules that some people are reacting to. And that's why I should post at one point. I don't know if I'm allowed, because I'm in a carnivore community, and I'm seeing these before after pictures, and I'm not seeing only pictures about weight loss. I'm seeing people with horrible skin conditions going on this strict meat diet and seeing amazing recoveries and remissions of things. So there's something in the stuff that they were eating that was really, really reacting badly. And as far as the medical community, they're just going to treat symptoms, right? That's how it works. It's just how the system is now. They're not going to root causes. The doctor's not figuring out all these things about tannins, lectins, oxalates, anti-nutrients, and phytochemicals in plants and stuff like that. So for me, I would never, I've never done a carnivore diet for more than 1 month at a time. I use it as a tool. And sometimes I'm just too busy. So it's like I'm just eating a lot of animal food. Oh well. Jordan Peterson supposedly has been eating just meat like Michaela Peterson, and you can hear their story. And he's, I guess, been eating ribeyes. It's important if you're doing the carnivore diet and you want to try that. Do not go extended periods of time just eating lean meat. Okay, you're gonna get like rabbit starvation. You can't just survive on protein. All right, guys, I'm just blabbing. So hopefully you get a few kernels of information during these things, as well as I encourage you guys, since I'm just starting out, to join me on this journey. You can go check out some of my older videos, because this channel used to be called Fast Keto Prime. And I guess my channel is centered around my spiritual belief in Christianity. So I care about your spiritual body, and until we go to the new heaven and new earth and enter God's kingdom, we gotta put up with this body that's not glorified, not immortalized. This is the fallen nature that dwells within our flesh. We're a living contradiction, aren't we? We're good in certain ways, and sometimes we're bad. We play on this world stage, and we play both actors. Believe me, you have been the victim, and you have been the victimizer. There's different degrees, right? I didn't say everyone's a murderer, but if you do a deep, honest investigation in yourself, and you have a well-functioning moral compass and conscience, you've fallen well below even your own standards. You've let yourself down. So that's why I just love talking about God and the Bible and Jesus. It brings me happiness. That's weird, eh? It's just like a guy used to never be able to be alone with himself. Always needed to be like in partying and live the party style lifestyle, drinking and smoking the beer, smoking the weed, and all that, having a great time. And yeah, when you lead a hedonistic lifestyle, what actually happens is you become slave to your own passions. That's actually what Pinocchio is about, if you think of it. That Jiminy Cricket is his conscience, and his conscience is not perfect, and he goes to Pleasure Island or Fun Island, and they go there, and their kids are vandalizing and drinking and smoking cigars and all that, and then eventually the party's over, and this evil guy that betrays them, and they become prisoners, and they turn into donkeys. The other word for a donkey is ASS. I don't want to get a strike. So yeah, meaning that we humans have the capacity to be indwelt with the Holy Spirit, but we can have our fallen nature can make us, become beasts. When you're in a dark place and stuff, people can act like animals. That's an expression, So it's a spiritual thing. So that's why I do that in my channel. I want you to be spiritually saved. I want, like, I love this life anyways, even if there's so much pain and decay and injustice and stuff like that. Imagine a perfect leader, a one world ruler, Jesus Christ, who is divine, and we had new glorified bodies, living in a restored Eden and meeting all the people and not struggling with urges that are dark. No more curse. That's the promise of Christianity. It's been, in my opinion, corrupted, and this hell, which basically they should have transliterated, Hades, Tartarus, and Sheol, but unfortunately the translations all say hell. I believe that there's going to be judgment. I believe that people will get what they deserve. That justice will be met. But this idea that after you're judged, the torment will last forever. Either you're forever with God in heaven, or you're forever with God forever away from God in hell and stuff like that. This idea like Satan's the leader there. No, Satan gets destroyed in the lake of fire. Satan does. The place is a place initially for the fallen angels and Lucifer. So he's not having a party down there. He's not going to be a leader down in hell like the culture has shown. I don't think that hell is eternal. I think that it varies. I think that it's going to be righteous, and I think that what it is that it's the weeping and the gnashing of teeth is the understanding that they're missing out on eternal life. They're like, oh no, it was real and we missed out, and then you're judged, and then for a period, and then after you perish. So there's no more endless suffering, and I can live with that. And so it's like we don't have a mean God. We have a God that actually corrected the error for us. He suffered for us, and it's a free gift. Yet people don't want it, and that's where the gnashing and the weeping and the gnashing of teeth, the remorse that we get. Anyway, this is a keto video. I'm sorry, but this is my channel, so I always tend to look at things through a biblical view. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go eat my sausages. Have a good one, guys.